You tune in to Real Talk with Tamara, where conversations are real, voices are heard, and the real stars here. The real stars here. No filter, no fear. Truth in the mic, let the whole world hear. Stories unfold, voices sincere. Welcome to the place where the real stars here. Life and love to the latest news. Community voices, different views. Breaking it down so we all stay clear. Honest conversations live right here. Speak your truth, let it be known. This is the space where your voice has a home. No judgment here, just real and clear. Real talk with Tamara, the real starts here.
Real talk with Tamara. Real people. Real stories. Real truth.
Good evening and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video on the algorithm, okay? So make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of those great things, okay? Tonight, I got two topics. I want to talk about Rihanna and I want to talk about Yo Gotti. There's breaking news that Rihanna's home was shot up and someone has been arrested for that. Let's get into it.
We've got some breaking news at the Beverly Glen home of pop star Rihanna. The LAPD has arrested a 30-year-old woman suspected of firing multiple shots towards the mansion. The gunfire was reported around 1:15 this afternoon. ABC News says sources say Rihanna was home at the time, but no one was injured. Rounds apparently hit the outside of the home and a vehicle parked in front of it. Officers say they did recover a weapon. So far, no motive is clear. Investigators are still looking into whether this was a targeted or random attack.
Now, Rihanna being such a big star, we don't know if it was a targeted attack, as they just said, or if it was just random, right? But for someone to just let off rounds at your house is crazy. Now, we do know that with celebrities being as big as Rihanna, they have fans that are absolutely obsessed with them. For some reason, they become so obsessed that they want to unalive them. I believe the man's name was John Lennon. I think that's what happened to him in the 80s. A fan, unfortunately, was so obsessed with him, he took him out. That's what happened to the girl who played my sister Sam. They say they become so obsessed. They feel like they're in love with them. They want to take them out. And that's what they did, right? You would think that Rihanna being as rich as she is, I mean, her house, if you look at her house, she's definitely behind the wall, right? But hey, when people know your address, um, and it's so easy to get, even though they can't see the celebrities' houses, they still want to ride around. Rihanna's house is behind those trees or whatever. Just knowing that she lives her life um, in this area, people are really off of their rockers. Or hey, it could have been something else. They say that ASAP Rocky is in the street. ASAP Rocky is in the street. Remember, he just was found not guilty on a situation that was very public. Um, hey, I never listened to ASAP Rocky's music, so I wouldn't know. He kind of dresses like a lady to me, so I wouldn't have known that he was in the street getting active like that. But they say that he do. Okay. So, is it a retaliatory situation? Somebody sent a female over there because, hey, we see now that some of these females are so weak they'll do anything that these men tell them to do, to include ruin their very own lives, right? So, was it something like that, or I hate to say it, but I mean, me personally, and I don't have any proof. Just looking at Rihanna, you see her; she's a beautiful woman. But she always seems like she's angry, like she's high on something and she's mad all the time. You know what I mean? So, it could have been anything. Okay, it absolutely could have been anything. But hey, at any rate, whatever it was, I'm happy that Rihanna nor her children or anybody else that was in her house was hit. That is a very serious situation. I'm glad that they have arrested the woman this quick, this early on. I'm sure that it's going to make her beef up security even more around her home. I mean, but you cannot see her house from the road, and that's what's so sad. You're shooting, but the she's behind a gate. She's got all those trees up there, as we all saw. What if her children had been out? What if she had been walking out with her children? What if the weapon had gone, through her walls? I mean, it hit up her outside of her house. It hit up a car. What if she had been putting the children in the car? These are the crazy things. But I'm sure more will come out. Maybe, if it was targeted because of a situation they're all in, I'm sure it won't come out. Okay, not anytime soon. But if it was random, it probably will. Okay. But anyways, we're all glad that Rihanna is okay, that she was not hit. But hey, this is sad. You can't even be in the comforts of your own home without somebody trying to fire you up. It's really, really sad. And if this was just a random type situation, this lady does not need to be on the street. Okay. A shout out to Rihanna again, and we're happy that she's okay. Whoever it was that was involved, okay? Whether it was random or not. Like I said, the person does not need to be on the street, okay? Now, I also want to talk about Lil Poppa. Lil Poppa was laid to rest. CMG artist Lil Poppa was laid to rest. Rest in peace, Lil Poppa. I hate this for him. But Yo Gotti was at the funeral. Okay, Yo Gotti wanted to make sure he let everybody see that he was there. I tell you, Yo Gotti looks terrible. Okay, he looks like he does not get any sleep if he don't do something real soon, okay? If he don't, either he ain't getting no sleep or he on something, okay? Because he looks swole up in the face all the time, like he's been up on some cocoa all night, or he just can't sleep. I mean, anytime you're scared to walk in your own house, you're scared of your own shadow. I hope they don't have to give him that purple ball. What was that they took out Michael Jackson? Was it called purple ball, purple fall, or whatever? Anyways, I hope they don't have to give him that, okay? Because you need to put him down and go to sleep because he looked like he ain't sleeping. The man looks like hell. And he's been looking like that. Well, he ain't never really looked like nothing. I ain't trying to dog him out, but it's like he's been looking worse, ever since he participated in taking Young Dolph out. And so I paid for the hit. Now, here's the thing. I know it's got to be terrible for him to be looking over his shoulder all the time. Anytime you hear some click, up, is that them? Is that them? Are they coming to get me? Talking about the feds, okay? Because we do know that at some point they're going to walk him down. They're slow walking him now, right? And so he's sitting up at Papa's funeral, and I'm sure he saw the videos of people were saying that he was not there. So he had to make sure that he showed himself. I think he tries not to show himself so much because, you know, people are starting to recognize, that he does not get any rest. All the money and success, allegedly, and that's questionable that he supposedly has, um, and he's looking like that, okay? He's looking like that. He's supposed to be sleeping like a baby, okay? But I guess when that conscience is eating you up, okay, what you did backfired on you. And you heard Lil Papa's manager say that, okay? So let's get into that. Now, y'all thought I was lying when I said that he looked like death eating on whole cakes and cats had been licking on top of his damn head, okay? I ain't lying. I wouldn't lie on the man. I'm not a liar. But y'all see he looks terrible, okay? But anyways, um, Big Lil Papa's manager also spoke.
Um, for those who don't know me, I'm Dee Dee. I'm Papa's manager. Yes, that manager And before I say anything, I want to tell everybody in this room that Papa told every last one of us he ain't want no funeral. So I want all y'all to know when he come back, he coming for everybody that participated in this. But I battled with this a lot. I battled with talking. I battled with just even being here. And I even called Gotti, somebody that I knew for a bunch of years, and I said, Gotti, between me, you, and Toy, we have become public enemy number one. And I think the thing that bothered me the most, I said, Gotti, should I make a statement? Should I say something? And when he said to me, he said, Dee Dee, you got to remember, no matter what you say, it's not going to be right for somebody. So if you feel it in your heart, if you want to, do what you want to do. But people that knew you, they know. But I want to start by saying, when people ask, and I read a lot of comments, and they say, what did she say? Or what did the manager say? Let me tell y'all what I said. I said, Papa, get up. You got a show to do. I said, Caprice, why is Papa still asleep at 8:45 and he got to be on stage at 9? I said, everybody around us, Papa got stuff to do. Why are we sitting around? I said, Papa, you can't lay in bed today. We got stuff to do. I said, Papa, you got more people than you depending on you. You can't give up ever. I was never easy on Papa. And I say that with the most love. I wasn't easy on him. And it had nothing to do with work, because my work was Papa, Kofi, my family, and their management. So it was never about business. It was me knowing what I was dealing with. I also said, Papa, you're a winner. You're a father. You're a man of God who knows God. I said, don't ever stop praying. I said, you have a son to live for. I said, you have a family of people that need you and depend on you. I said, you have you depending on you. I said, you got to get help. I said, as long as I'm here, you're never alone. I said, as long as your mother that prays for you every day, Pastor Sherry that prays on your mother's prayer line every day, prays for you. A lot of people don't understand this, and I read a lot of comments that said, everybody around Papa failed Papa. And I couldn't get up here and not acknowledge to all the fans and the people who took the time to be here to say, nobody failed Papa. Papa got up every morning and read his scriptures. Papa had people praying for him every day. Papa prayed every day. Papa got brothers. Papa got family. Papa got people that stay with him and leave their jobs to sit beside Papa every day. And that goes to anybody in here that's dealing with people, and you're dealing with people that are mentally affected. We tried to heal Papa through love. The problem was what Papa was battling, no human could help him with. Only Papa could help Papa. So I don't ever want anybody to take away the fact that it's quite obvious he had more love than he could even deal with. But sometimes when people are dealing with their own things inside, and it has nothing to do with other people, because if Papa was here, he would say, all y'all the reason. Every fan, every family member, every artist, anybody that he was attached to, he would say that we were all the reason he's not here. So I just want to say to everybody, because when it's all said and done, we all got to live our own lives. We all got to go through our own destinies. What we do know is Papa was a family man. He loved every person in his life. He took care of every person in his life, contrary to anything you may have heard. And I would never, as I always did, I protected him then, I'm going to protect him now. I'm never going to let his name go in vain. Papa took care of every person in his life. Papa took care of his son. Papa loved his child's mother. He loved Toy to death. We're not going to never, so I don't ever want y'all to take what you see on the internet and run with that and continue to blame people and say, well, this is the reason, and she the reason, and he the reason, and they the reason. No, everybody have to deal with their own things on their own time. And if you really knew Papa, you knew this is what Papa wanted. Papa never was happy with life. It had nothing to do with anybody. He just feel like he wasn't making nobody happy. And that wasn't the way it was supposed to be. Because in truth, he made all of us happy. He made all of us happy, and we showed him that, and we appreciated him for it. So I just want everybody to know we thank y'all, and continue Papa's legacy the way he would have wanted y'all to. Continue to love on his family. Continue to love on his son. Don't be rude to people, y'all. Don't be mean to people, to the fans, to everybody. Because if you know Papa, he was love. Papa was love.
Now here they are laying Lil Poppa to rest. Rest in peace to Lil Poppa. I do believe that he was loved by his, his immediate family members, the people that was there with him from the very start. Hey, they never said what happened to him, which she has to understand. I understand sometimes families want to be private, but Papa was a public figure. And I think his fans deserve to know what happened to him. Okay. Why is it a secret? Okay. But rest in peace to him. But, you heard her speak about how at the funeral, she says that she told Yo Gotti that they were public enemy number one. Okay. And um, her and his girlfriend and Yo Gotti. Okay. So that goes to show that they're looking at everything. And they're, I know people, kind of speculate, but when you try to keep whatever happened a secret, it makes people speculate even more, especially when he was a public figure. Okay. So, hey, I'm not saying that I can't validate her pain, her emotions, but I'm just saying that he had fans, and, his fans loved him too. They loved his music, and they want to know what happened to him. And I know she's saying that he wanted to go, but what would make someone want to go? What would make uh, a young man like Lil Papa that had his whole life ahead of him want to go? Okay. Lil Papa, why couldn't he get help? Why wasn't he sent to a facility to get help for depression? There's meds that he could have gotten on, that could have helped him with that depression, that suicidal type mentality. He had allegedly all of these millionaires around him, all of these people in the industry that had access to monies that could have helped him. Why was he not given that? Okay. So to say that someone wants to go, nobody just wants to leave their life, especially when he has so much to live for nothing. When you say you love the son, when you love people, you want to be there for them. So what was it that was making him hurt? Um, and why was he not given the help? Now I know he's a grown man, but why wasn't he, given some type of medicines? They never said that he had these issues. I don't remember her say he had these issues, before the fame. So, what would make him want to leave the people that he loves so much, such as his son, his woman, and all of that? And then people want to keep secret what happened. So, this is what makes you public enemy number one. Okay. When things of this nature go on. But rest in peace to Lil Papa. We hate that this happened. Somebody need to give him some intervention. He ain't getting no sleep at night, but they might not be able to do nothing for that. They might have to give him some propofol, whatever. I ain't saying it right, but it don't matter. Okay, y'all know what I'm trying to say. To help him to rest, because he swole up like a tick. Okay. Anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Listen, y'all support the channel. $sign Real Talk with Tamara. Send me some cash apps because I need them. Okay. I need some. I need to start putting, raising money and putting money away so that we can start getting ready to run for office next year. Okay. But I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.
You're tuned in to Real Talk with Tamara, where conversations are real, voices are heard, and the real starts here. The real starts here. The real starts here. No filter, no fear. Truth in the mic, let the whole world hear. Stories unfold, voices sincere. Welcome to the place where the real starts here. From life and love to the latest news. Community voices, different views. Breaking it down so we all stay clear. Honest conversations live right here. Speak your truth, let it be known. This is the space where your voice has a home. No judgment here, just real and clear. Real talk with Tamara, the real starts here. Real talk with Tamara. Real people. Real stories. Real truth.